people say, why would they do that? They're trying to induce something in a person that he has without natural affection. He becomes a killing machine. He doesn't have any natural affection. He doesn't fear death. And he's always there to obey commands without any type of reservation. So what we'll do here is we're going to play a brief thing.
Did you want Proverbs?
Why don't we get Proverbs?
This is 27 and 7. The full soul loveth the honeycomb, but to the hungry soul, every bitter thing is sweet.
See, now that's important. To a hungry man, every bitter thing is sweet. Now, it happened to the Germans, it happens to most African Americans, and the way they accept their politicians and stuff. Anybody that's black, oh, he's a black man. They're not looking at it as what? His integrity. It reminds me of one of the brothers was telling me, she said, what's his name? Jessie Jackson Jr. and his wife, they were power couples. Well, what happened to them?
All state power.
So you saying you just don't understand. You don't understand, and that's a failure for not understanding that there's powers behind the what? Scene that are operating, that are manipulating candidates and portraying an image before you that these are your so-called leaders and you don't have enough mind to think for your what? Self, because you've never been given the information to discern. And in fact, you look at the whole world. I don't care if we don't look at Africa, like I was telling people last night. I said, listen, the leaders over in Africa, they receive instructions. They're told what to do and what to do. And when they don't do it, they're in what? They're in trouble. We're talking about Lubumba, Gaddafi, Saddam. We just keep naming names. And they didn't follow because they didn't understand the book of Revelation, that it was said who was able to make war with the what? Beast. That's in Revelation, the 13th chapter there. So, let us begin with what Dick said about what we thought we saw, or what we thought we believed in the New Time situation. It's like we thought we saw them planes knock those buildings down. See, there's a lot of stuff that listen, the people that are so maniacal and so evil, so pervasive, most people cannot even wrap their mind around it. They can't even accept it because even though they got a Bible right there before them, and they fail to go into that and pull out that you do have a mystery of iniquity in operation. And he's there to cause all types of turmoil. And one of the means of control is fear. And that's what they told these people in Washington. They want to get rid of all their what? Guns, as if that's going to solve the situation. Now let's see what Dick has to say here.
And they point to different areas. There it is right there. It's funny. Did you hear? Now, did you know the guy? Well, I shouldn't say it like that. The guy who they claim did all the dirt out there in Colorado, right? Well, that school he was going to, genetics, that's the #2 brainwashing research school in the world, second only to Virginia Tech. He was there with no money. We traced it down to, we got the documents where the National Institute of Health sent him $196,000. Okay. All that ammunition and all them guns they say he purchased, it was sent to the school. Chris, he didn't live on the dormitory. So how, if I'm Dick Gregory and I'm at the University of Chicago and I'm living with you, renting a room, how can I get 96 boxes of anything sent to a department at the University of Chicago and they accept it?
Yeah, that doesn't make any sense.
You know, so when you stop and think, you know, how, and you know, when they found him, he was out in the parking lot, sitting on a car, and the cop said, oh, we thought he was part of the SWAT team.
Exactly, yeah.
Now, how do you go from mad to go wipe out everybody to stop it all at once and go sit on the parking lot and wait for the police to come get you?
So, now, Dick, tell us what that means.
Well, his daddy, right, this has nothing to do with him. His daddy, his father, right?
He's going to talk about his father and being in head of General Electric and somebody else being head of some other thing. he doesn't answer the question right away.
Right. What you have to understand is that there's a whole school of knowledge that's not in the purveying of the public. When you go to school and study physics, medicine, psychology, and psychiatry, that's what you've been told. You've been told that nobody can do something against their will. That's a lie. Since they've already got folks that they have already programmed for this. See, and they understand how the mind operates to the minute detail, to the meanderings of your mind. What I mean by that, they understand, and even Madison Avenue understand, and they understand that you operate normally by clues. What? Triggers and codes.
So
People say, I don't believe that. Just walk down a supermarket store, and you start having the things that start being triggered in your what?
Commercials.
The commercials will come in your mind about the Cheerios.
So
Excuse me. The subconscious mind is being programmed, and all you need to do is have the proper what?
Trigger.
And that's the way your memory works. A lot of times you can sit back and you think and say, I can't believe what my grandmother did. I just can't figure this out. I can't remember it. And all of a sudden somebody will say something or some event come and it'll trigger everything. That event will trigger you to remember it. So they understand what codes and triggers does. They understand how you operate, but you don't, and you've never been told that, even though you operate according to that. See, now
he's going to switch to.
Now let me say this. Now he said Virginia Tech. Now Virginia Tech is where DARPA, D-R-P-R-A, DARPA. It's a very well, what I should say, think tank for the Defense Department. They do all types of crazy weapons programs, mind control programs, anything that they can figure that they can make a weapon or make us remain superior. They have done it.
Go in 2007, they had a school shooting in Virginia Tech.
That's when an Asian guy went on.
35 killed.
And he was part of the program. That's why Dick tells you about that school, because it's a premier school in this type of information. Okay.
Security and the whole terrorist thing. What they do now, they give you money, and if you don't take it, you lose your federal funds. They give you money for training in every city, county, and state of schools. The government hires active type of sickness they say he had, right?
That's true.
And the millions of people that got that same kind of sickness, they never went nowhere and shot somebody and said, why y'all throwing that up to me as an excuse? That's the press getting fed, right? Now, they said, the school teacher who's the hero, the principal.
They got shot, yeah.
She ain't no principal, man. I mean, she ain't no hero. Here's what they told us. They said he was in the principal's office discussing, so you thought he was talking about a child of his, right? And then all at once he grabbed his gun and she jumped in front of it and pushed the buzzer, right? It was never there. The way they got it, look, you can know this just from Chicago. Because of Homeland Security and the whole terrorist thing, what they do now, they give you money, and if you don't take it, you lose your federal funds. They give you money for training in every city, county, and state of schools. The government hires actors, man. That blew me away when I got that information. The government hires actors. They have people come in who play like they terrorists. They got people come in and play like they firefighters. I mean, not tricky, but this is part of the game, huh? And that's what that federal money is for. Twice a month, you have to have that. Plus, here's the kicker. Every school, and you can check this in Chicago, every school has to have cameras paid for by the government on exit and entrance doors. How come nobody shows us the pictures of them coming in there?
Good point.
You hear me?
Yeah.
And so when you stop and think about it, see, the three people came in, they was dressed as nuns, okay? That's why they started shooting from the time they hit that door, not in the principal's office. Another thing, and then we'll go to what the question is. Another thing, if you and I are cops in Chicago, right? And we go into a horrible scene, there's children killed, there's teachers killed, right? How did they know when they looked at the guy that he was the killer? Huh? He'd never been in jail. They didn't know him. How come they didn't think he was one of the teachers? And this big gun they say he had, right? they haven't found no gun in that room. So what he do, commit suicide and throw the gun out the window. Now, I know this, and Chicago Tribune don't know this. And what I'll do, I'll send this to George.
Okay.
What I'm fixing to tell you now. You know how the 911 they play after a crime?
Yeah.
I got the police blotter. I got, you know, when people used to know they sit home and listen to the police calls coming in.
Sure, right.
I have that. And here's what it says. We got one in the car. We got one on the ground handcuffed. We bring, oh, here comes another one with a gun. I have that, okay? And I will send that to George and get him to send it to you. Okay? The other thing was, if you were listening to the news early, they were talking about all the ambulances taking all them people to the hospital. In Danbury, we haven't heard talk about one injured person. They talk about the people that was killed, right? You haven't heard that? Man, I looked at ambulance after ambulance after ambulance, because I got a call. My son runs the #1 charter school in the world. They just
15?
Yeah.
The one about the guns?
Yeah, people, go to 15 minutes. It's past a commercial.
Bowling alley. Now, if I know this, not mean anything,
It's ironic. At the same time 9/11 was taking place, they were running what? Training what?
Training simulation.
Training simulation. All these planes up in the air, American planes up in the air, they was running a training simulation. At the same time, the terrorists was flying these planes, so they didn't know who was what. What was no coincidence that, as what Dick is going to show you out, there was a they were running a terror what?
Simulation.
Simulation at this high school. At the same Newtown.
The Sandy Hook.
Sandy Hook. Sandy Hook.
3 people came in as nuns, dressed as
Yeah, this is nuns. None of that, one of these days we'll go through that. None of that story makes sense. I just cut it off. It didn't fit in that everybody, even the professors that went through it. It don't even fit. It was conjured up for one thing, to create panic and fear, because they got one agenda, and that's to get the what? It's guns. That was this is the whole reason for that. When you go back and look at the story, but this is the point I want to make here.
hell hit at 9:43 at 8 o'clock. The children had been told the day before that all high school children come and be prepared for a terrorist attack. And they put them all on buses and carried them to a bowling alley. Now, if I know this, it might not mean anything. I know it, but I'm saying, you mean nobody reported that?
Yeah, exactly.
And so that's what this game is. And it's going to take everybody's gun. And I tell black folks, stay out of this. It's white folk business. They know that many children was killed in a school in the south side of Chicago. The world wouldn't give a damn. But you take.
That's it. Okay. So, that is what he said. Can you come to Wisconsin?
It's already up. Just hit the,
Where is it at?
minimize the dash.
So, what he's telling you that is that was a created a situation, just like Pearl Harbor was a created situation to get the United States in the what? World War II, and the sinking of the Lusitania for World War I. And then the sacrifice.